So welcome, Virginie. I'm delighted that you joined us, and I'm delighted that you've agreed for your wonderful work to be part of UWL Arts Fest this year. So Virginie's just completed her MMus in performance at London College of Music, University of West London. So Virginie, tell me a little bit about why you decided to come and do a master's with us.
Well, I've been aware of that university being just down the road from me for about 10 years. And I'd looked at the program quite a few times. And initially, I think I wanted to do record production or sound engineering. And then after I started my band in 2013, so this is a long time ago, I thought maybe it would be good to do performance in an academic way, study performance. And then in 2018, I think I looked at the program again. It wasn't TBU anymore, but and I saw this course that had performance, that had band leading skills, that had studio recording. It had everything I needed as an artist and band leader. So it was perfect. It was just finding the right course that made me want to do it, really.
Mm. Yeah. And you decided to do the course, well, you did it over 2 years part-time, didn't you?
Yes.
And it really stretched to more than that thanks to COVID. But how was that for you, doing the course part-time?
It was great. Part-time was great because it was less pressure on finishing everything within a year. It enabled me to do things like joining the Radio Society and running a radio show, which I really enjoyed. Yeah, it was just basically more time to enjoy the facilities and the opportunities. So great.
So this work that you did that we're exhibiting is for your performance portfolio module, it was called. And one thing that I really love about this is how you've combined many different aspects of your sort of knowledge in this project. Can you tell us a little bit about how the project came about?
You mean the finished video or the idea of
the whole idea?
The whole idea.
Yeah.
Well, again, it was the circumstances, because originally we were going to do our final performance at Lawrence Hall. And when I saw the hall, I've seen it several times, but when I started to think what sort of thing could I do in there, then the idea of a film came to mind, because there is it's a massive room, there's a big screen, the sound is great in there, so I thought, great to do a performance to a silent movie. And then I also had this idea of writing songs about my ancestors, my family, from the photo album. So I thought, let's make a film that's connected to the photo album, using some of the photos, but also having a little story, a simple story. And I knew these two little girls that I had worked with on another movie. They were actually pupils of mine, but they do acting, as a hobby. So I got them involved and then started the film. I still haven't finished it. I still have some scenes to shoot, but then I had all this material to make a video with when it turned out that we couldn't do the performance on school. But maybe it has happened since. I think there were students that did the performance, didn't they?
Yes, we've done some live performances now, but so it's very interesting about your collaboration. So tell us a bit about your relationship, your collaboration with the musicians you're working with, and how that developed and adjusted so you'd be able to carry on working during COVID.
Well, we had a lot of conversations. Some of them did not want to meet in person because they were too paranoid about the virus. Others were happy to meet in a small, for instance, we recorded stuff with the keyboard player and the drummer, and Paul, who was also playing trumpet, but not on those sessions. So in small groups, we did it in small groups. So we did a session with piano, drums, and I'd recorded some bass and also had some MIDI bass, so that helped it, and some guide vocals. We did that all together in a small studio. And then the bass player sent me some WAVs via WeTransfer, or sometimes uploaded to the drive and discussed. And there was a lot of ping-ponging because some of the takes I didn't like or I couldn't use. So that's more or less how we work remotely. Yeah. And then we had another session with the horns, just the sax player and the trumpet player in 2 different rooms. There was engineering, and yeah.
And then they were musicians you've worked with in the past, I believe. So you already had a working relationship, and then you had to rethink that all. But yeah, it's impressive. It's the way it worked out.
Well, thank you.
Impressive results. And let's move on. So tell me a little bit about your time at LCM. So you basically finished your master's study now. So
makes me sad that I've finished.
Yeah. Where are you going from here? What's the next part? What's your ideas about your future journey now?
Well, what's amazing about doing the MMus, and some people told me that it would change my attitude to my career, that once you've done the masters, that's it, that's your career, and it's true, because I feel much more confident about applying for jobs, and I've already got a small commission that came in, but I'm not allowed to say what for, but that's amazing in itself, just saying, oh, I did my master's at LCM, and people think, wow, she must be serious. So I've got a commission to write some music, but that's what I'd like to do, just write music in general, whether it's songs for my band or for other people, do a bit of production as well, because I really enjoy that, recording and producing. And I'd like to put together that film and that show. So I think, when things go back to normal in terms of venues and so on, which hopefully will be soon, I want to put on the show, finish the film and put on the show, and maybe get some funding a little bit to, and also release the new album that goes with it. So that's my plans.
Oh, well, maybe we can do the premiere in Lawrence Hall. That would be fun. That would be fun.
It would be wonderful.
Thank you so much, Virginie. I encourage everyone to watch this lovely piece of work. And thank you so much for agreeing to be part of Arts Fest.
Thank you. Thank you for interviewing me.